Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to present 5 seminars that I have attended throughout this study year. Each one selected to help me grow as a student and future professional in the field of international business. Um, Before attending the seminars, I set a few goals for myself. I wanted to go beyond the theory and see how professionals in different industries approach topics like finance, networking, and digital media. As an international business management student, I'm especially interested in how tech and communication shape strategy today. That's why I chose seminars that related to crypto, to LinkedIn branding and digital news systems, all of which play a role in the modern business. You can't live in the international business sphere without knowing how to use these tools and you just have to know and process the information related to LinkedIn or cryptocurrencies to be on the flow of the trends. I also wanted to challenge myself to reflect more deeply, not just summarizing content but living, connecting to what I study, what I research, and where I want to go professionally. Overall, this portfolio is about bringing what we learn in the classroom with real world experience. So going out from home and seeing everything with the possibility to listen a live speaker. But yes, um, let's begin with valued partnerships, valuable investment. This is the online seminar, which where the speaker Chris Jansen on the Monday of May 5th during a Zoom conference, Zoom seminar, introduced a community-based approach to real estate investment. Here, the Mr. Chris emphasized not just the financial return, but the power of collaboration and long-term relationship building in real estate world. To to break it down, it was less about call strategy, but more about human capital, building trust, sharing resources with your peers, investment group, or with your community, and achieving success together. Um, what struck me most here is the idea of wealth through community. It challenged my initial assumption that real estate is always a solo venture. This session helped me reflect on how businesses' success can grow faster in environments that promote trust and emotional investment. I asked the speaker, how do you build credibility when you're just starting out? Because I'm actually starting out and I'm planning to buy my first real estate near 35 or 40 years old. And the Chris answered that I have to start with one honest conversation at a time. That moment reframed networking for me from strategy to sincerity, because here it's all about sincerity, not about call strategy. And that was the most shocking part, because I thought, yeah, real estate is something solo, but here they explain that it can be done together. uh, Next was the investing in crypto. This was the seminar where Rebel Financial, the speaker name is wasn't disclosed, enclosed, and it was also through Zoom seminar, and it lasted actually for 2 hours, not for 1 hour as it was planned. So it was a full-on 2 hour seminar where from scratch, explaining what cryptocurrencies are, differences between coins and blockchains, and how the blockchain works, was explained. And I was hooked from the very beginning here, from the very name of the seminar, because I've been investing in traditional stock market and fundamental market since I was 15, through my parents' bank accounts. But I was always, since I remember myself, into investing and into passive income. And I knew something about cryptocurrencies before. I heard something, but not from technical side. I knew them more like a trend, and this seminar was vital for me in order to understand a bigger picture, because crypto still felt like a jungle to me where I haven't known anything yet, to be honest. We started with the very basics, what cryptocurrencies are, how they're mined or created, and what differentiates coin like Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these stable coins and meme coins. It was refreshing because instead of assuming we already knew everything, the speaker broke it down in simple, practical terms. I realized I had a gaps in my understanding, even after years of hearing about crypto. We also covered the risk factors, like volatility of the crypto market itself, because it's fluctuating like crazy, and you have to understand how it works, and that is different from traditional investing tools to be able to work with crypto. Then we spoke about regulations and even tax responsibilities on the income, for example, which I hadn't thought much before. I appreciated how grounded the conversation was there. It wasn't like crypto will make you rich. No, it was here's how to manage the risk of the crypto market. Here's how to buy and what to buy to be stable investor. Yes, so it made me it lit up so much interest in me. So I wanted to make my own research on. To understand the bigger picture, not just hype around crypto and not just basic knowledge, but the real impact of crypto on businesses. And one article that really opened my eyes was written by Yermak in 2017, where he talks about how blockchain could actually replace parts of traditional corporate governance, like voting system, for example, and decision-making structures. I never thought about crypto in that way. I just thought about them like as money, but not as a system to build trust without middlemen. Then I looked into a study by Corbett L. Of 2018 about volatility. It helped me understand why prices go crazy in crypto, and they're fluctuating, not just because of speculation, but because of the lack of clear regulations and emotional trading behavior. That made me realize how risky it is to treat crypto the same way as stocks, because here the prices are sometimes without how to say if for example in China an economic event occurs and the stock market, yeah, the index A50, for example, of the most powerful 50 companies in China, it decreases because of this economic event, or maybe some of them increase, but they had a logical step-by-step instruction of how does this news affect the market, for example. In crypto, the crazy volatility sometimes is unpredictable, and it makes the cryptocurrencies a very risky um, investing tool. And here it was in Corbett's um, article. He explained that the volatility actually can be used as a um, um, for example, if a crisis goes, the crypto volatility could be used the opposite way. The fundamental market may be decreasing, but the crypto instead can be growing just because it's unpredictable. And the differences between regular assets which you invest and the cryptocurrencies sometimes can um, play for cryptocurrencies, because um, some unpredictable money is spinning there, and on the short term, crypto, if you know what you're doing, you can raise a lot. As Corbett said, you can earn a lot of money, but you have to know how to manage your risk in the markets of crypto. Finally, I read Bohr and Dimple of 2021, who showed that Bitcoin often moves independently from traditional financial markets. That's interesting because it means crypto can act like a hedge, something that might protect you when the economy shakes. Yeah, this is what I was mentioning all before. And all of this research helped me to see crypto less like a trend and more like a tool, something powerful but only if used wisely and with long-term view on it. And now if I ever consider putting my money into crypto, I will treat it more like experiment, to be honest. Then the third seminar of my own was the mapping the digital infrastructure of online news, and the speaker here was the Denmark professor Aski Kammer, and it happened on the May 9th in the Jugend, one of the rooms, library rooms. So this was probably one of the most intimate and thought-provoking seminars I have attended. It took place in a small meeting room at the University of Ghent. Just 12 participants were there, and it made it more like a comfortable round table session where everyone was open, curious, and the atmosphere was super engaging. So the topic here was how the digital news is distributed, tracked and monetized online. In other words, how data flows through online news platform, who owns the infrastructure, who decides what we see, and how this affects journalism and public access to information. My motivation for attending came from my growing curiosity about how online platforms shape what we see and think, especially in the context of digital media, because sometimes I felt that I'm being tracked by someone and it has an explanation to it. And as an international business management student, I believe that understanding how data and algorithms influence global communication is vital for us because we have to understand how people are seeing, for example, the information of our project that we are managing, and we is the marketologists are responsible for that, or IT guys, IT sector are responsible is responsible for providing the technological possibilities for us to see who looked at our posts at that time or that time. But as a manager, I have to know everything a bit, and it was very vital for me because transparency in media doesn't just affect journalism, it impacts businesses, trust, and public perception. This seminar actually sparked a new personal interest in media ethics, and maybe even potential career direction in digital news. Who knows? Um, yes. So the another seminar that I visited was on February 13th, and the speaker there was Febi de Meyer. It happened in Stropkai, and there was information told about, it was the seminar about how to effectively use LinkedIn as a career tool, not just an online CV, but a space for visibility and professional growth. We explored that a profile which is strong, it has good headlines, summary, experience, and of course career like activities. But what stood out to me most was how was the LinkedIn's algorithm explained, how regular engagement, commenting, and posting can push your visibility throughout the charts, and that really was useful for me because at the end of the day I'm planning to get a job and find and look for it in Indeed or LinkedIn. I still haven't decided where, but this seminar worked for me because after the seminar I updated my own profile picture, added recent work experience, rewrote my headline, and started following relevant companies. Since I study international business management, networking is very important for me. It's how you get into the field, and the session gave me a clear reminder that your online presence is also very important. Um, the next and the very last seminar um, was a seminar that really challenged some of assumptions that I didn't even realize I had before. I always thought that if a country introduces equal policies, the result would follow. But in Morocco, that wasn't the case. And this presentation showed us that the most entrepreneurs are still men, while women face hidden but heavy limitations from access to finance to deeply rooted cultural expectations. And yes, I'm speaking about the seminar which happened on the February 14th in Katzenberg. And as a future business professional, this seminar made me rethink what inclusions actually requires. What inclusion actually requires. It's not just about law or access, it's about changing attitudes and creating real support systems. Here exactly for Moroccan women who want to be entrepreneur, um, who doesn't have financial access to education and social roles, which create gaps. This learning helped me connect inclusive business strategy to real world complexity, something we often oversimplify in theory. Um, so, looking back at all 5 seminars, I realized how much they expanded my thinking, whether it was digital news, crypto strategies, or gender inequality in entrepreneurship. Each each seminar had offered me a new lens on topics that connect directly to my international business management studies. More than anything, these seminars reminded me of that learning doesn't stop with textbooks. It happens when you step into the world and listen with curiosity and with purpose. With that being said, thank you guys for listening.